Hello my people, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing great and you're grateful for your life. So new trim, of course I had to come with a new video. So yeah, this video I wanted to do it because of a lot of reasons. My first main reason was to share with you all people my brand identity. My brand identity, which is what we'll be starting with, is like the foundation that I want to build my brand upon. So they are like a set of, I don't want to call them creeds, but they are a set of like guidelines that I will be following as we move forward with my brand. So the first, I've already shared two on my first video, by the way. If you have not checked that out, go and check that out on my YouTube channel. So my first video, my first point, before I start on my first point, I want to share two disclaimers. So the first one is, I'm not here to give anyone advice, which is something that has to get through everyone listening to this. So I'm not here to give anyone advice. I'm here I'm here to showcase to you or to share my view on how I do how I do things and what works for me best, and I come and share with you all here on my brand. So if it resonates with you and it's something that you want to try out, the better for everyone here. So yeah, that is one point that everyone needs to know. Like, I'm not here to give anyone advice. The second one is the amount of validation that I have for my work is on levels that no one else can even come across, like can even come close to. So yeah, that is two disclaimers that I have to give and everyone listening to this. So honestly speaking, so long as I'm doing me, I'm giving out positivity, I'm showcasing my purpose, then I'm good. Like, I don't have to like play like a puppet or something for me to push some things that I do not want to. So yeah, the amount of validation I have for my work is more important than anyone can ever come close to. So I really appreciate it for the people who are resonating with the views that I'm expressing here so far. And yeah, I'm not here to give anyone advice. And just like that, let's get into the video. And the first topic that I wanted to speak of was on my brand identity. And I actually shared 2 points on my first video. So the first point was flow state, which I went in depth in my first video. I'm not gonna do it here. But flow state basically is just you existing in energy and things just flowing. Second, flowing effortlessly. Second, looking back and being able to see where I've come from, like how I thought at this particular time that I released that video and stuff. So those two I'm not gonna go into deep to them, but yeah, it's good that I put them all like clustered in one video. Excuse confirmation burp, so that everything can be like organized. My third point, which I've not shared and I'm starting from here on this video, giving out a fresh perspective, fresh and deeper perspective. Fresh and deeper perspective meaning like the things that I share here are not surface level, are not like things that you'll hear from anyone else, like this and this one. Like, no, these are specifically not from me even. They're like downloads. I have a video on downloads, so very soon, stay tuned. And the downloads are basically like information or knowledge from like the Most High or God. So yeah, so giving out a fresher perspective, a fresh and deeper perspective, which is really key. Even in my book, I've shared it in a chapter which goes even more in depth than what I'm going to share here, but here I'll try to explain more so that you can be on the same page at least. So this includes going like deeper on different topics on a whole array of things. First of all, let's speak of anime, let's speak of sports, let's speak of music, let's speak of art, like all these things that I genuinely do enjoy and like I like to consume, I like to give my time to. I would love for me to share with you all like that deeper perspective on why this and this resonates with me, why I like this, why I'm doing this. So yeah. So one side note that I wanted to share on a deeper perspective, because I know not everyone will understand this, and this one is going to start on anime. Like, so if you have my number or have saved my number on WhatsApp, you know that I am a big Naruto fan guy. So there's one profile picture that I put there, which is for Kakashi Sensei. If you have not seen him, you can go and check out his photos. But the one I have now, so Kakashi Sensei and Rock Lee. So they are not like people per se, they are characters displaying certain qualities of human beings. So Kakashi, and the reason that I'm putting him as my profile picture is to represent when I'm in that mentoring vibe, I'm in that like grown era, like matured in what I'm doing in my life and my brand and stuff. So that is when Kakashi is on there. But when Rock Lee is there, Rock Lee is the guy with the green jumpsuit, and hands are covered up with bandages. Not that he has injuries all the time, but they have their purpose for them being there. So Rock Lee is to stand for when I'm in my consistent era, hard work, and when I'm third point. The fourth one, which is the next one, is creating clear, real, and repeat. These words actually rhyme. I don't know how I thought about them in this order. So creating clear, real, repeatable, and relatable content. So this is a big thing also of why I started my personal brand and why I'm doing this. I want to create content that is repeatable to me first of all, and also repeatable to you, my viewer, because that first of all symbolizes that I have not like a long way to go, but I have to be like giving out as much value as I can, so that you people are actually find yourself repeating these videos. And also for me, because I've not been able to create a repeatable video so far that I'm like I don't cringe out, and like it's something that I want to accomplish with this brand, and I want it to be like with all of my videos, like I want to give out as much value so that all of them can be solidified in that state of like a person can watch it twice from the first time of viewing it, and also like just repeatable and relatable content with as much value as I can. So with my content being that magnetic, all I have to do, it only takes a real person, it only takes a real one to know one. So once a real person comes across my content and sees that I'm not pulling any like shows there, I'm just giving the content as authentic and as real as I can, and I'm giving out as much value for him and also for me that I'm sharing that I'm doing, then it will only take him like 1 or 2 videos for him to like press the lifetime subscription on my videos and on my channel and stuff, for him to stay tuned and updated on my videos. So that was my 4th point. And the 5th one is because also it's my purpose. So, and it makes me be even more fulfilled and even more grateful for, I know the amount of time, energy, and effort I put into creating these videos. So it's more than enough for me to know that this content is going to uplift others, for me to know this content is going to uplift others and is going to turn a notch higher on their frequency, because they are thinking like positive and uplifting thoughts for themselves, inspiring thoughts, and also consuming content that is like good for them and tailored towards them. Although I'm not creating them to advise them, but I'm creating them in my real authentic form and things that I'm doing that are working for me. So you actually get to pick the meat. It's like eating like a feast meat. So you eat the meat and you leave the bones. The ones that don't resonate with you, leave them. They were maybe for another person, but the ones that do resonate with you, you take the meat, you leave a like and share, comment, and all of that stuff, and stay to the end of the video, and I'll share why you liking my content, sharing, doing all of that stuff, all of that good stuff, is not doing it for me, it's actually doing it for you. So that's a really like awesome point that I want to come across, but at the end of the video. So that was my 5th point. Like I'm doing it because it's my purpose and because I want you people to be uplifted, think highly of yourselves, have higher thinking models, and yeah, like overall just be positive and be like forward moving. So my 6th point is to show you all some of my many hats that I can wear. And what I mean by me saying I'm wearing many hats is like I relate with a lot of topics that I genuinely do enjoy, and topics that are like I enjoy them. So like, you know that I pay my full and divided attention to them because like I enjoy this. So that ranges from a lot of things, from sports to anime to like everything. Not even those. I can relate to a lot of people, and it's just like a feast. You actually get to enjoy whichever course you want to enjoy at that night. So those are my 6 points, and those were like my foundational like pillars for me to create my brand on, so that even my brand can go worldwide. And if you've noticed, I'm from Kenya, but I also want to create my content speaking English and stuff, because I know that for me to have a global audience, my content has to be in English, so that it can be like tailored to a wide array of other people, and actually for it to go global, because English can be auto-dubbed, so you can enjoy not just enjoy, you can also learn and be inspired and enjoy yourself watching my videos from whichever language. Like it was just the right move for me to make. So those were my 6 points of why I'm doing this, and like my brand identity, what I want to build my brand centered upon. And now that that is out of the way, we go to the next phase of this video, which is actually a correction I want to do from my last video. There was a point I wanted to get across, but I did not have it written down. So I was like, I gave a shade of what I wanted to share, but now I've written it down so that me and you can like relate to it, and you people can know what exactly I meant by me using those words if you've watched the video. If you've not, go and check it out right now. It's out on my YouTube channel. So it says, money is really just the asset, the vehicle to get you to where you did not go, you didn't go, and get you to where you get to grow. Because with money you get to grow, and also it's going to get you where you did not go and stuff. So that actually is self-explanatory, but it's something I really like I struggle to share with you people, and it's nice that I actually written this down, and I'm actually getting better with every video. So yeah, I'm grateful, and yeah, we go forward. So next I wanted to speak on words and why they are powerful, which is one of the main topics of my second video. So before I get on to this topic of why words are important, not just to you, and not just words that you speak out loud, but words also of your mind, the line that I actually shared on money is really just the asset, the vehicle to get you to where you didn't go and get you to where you get to grow, is from Big Sean. So I have to give flowers where it's due. Big Sean featuring Connor Price. The song is called Moolah. So the next line that I wanted to speak on is like, goes something like, from Connor Price and Idris Elba's song called Mentors. Nike's on my feet because I just ... fill it up, you know. Myself in 10 years, who I am inspired by. In other words, my full potential is what I idolize. Lots of work to do, but I see glimpses of him from time to time. Fear of the unknown is what he often tries to hide behind. So this actually resonated with me, and I thought it's gonna relate with a lot of you people out there. So a quick go through, because some of the lines are self-explanatory. So Nike's on my feet because I just do it. I just do it. That's self-explanatory. Myself in 10 years is who I'm inspired by. You should be inspired by yourself. If you're not looking up to yourself before anyone else, I don't know what you're doing, because you have to be inspired by yourself. And yeah, first of all you put God first, but next you get inspired. You have to be inspired by yourself. So yeah, in other words, my full potential is what I idolize. That's self-explanatory. Like, your highest version is what you idolize, because that's what you're aiming for, or that's what I am aiming for. So lots of work to do, but I see glimpses of him from time to time. Of course, while you're on the journey, you will not have a complete like follow through. It will be like glimpses, like what I was speaking of on Flow State, my first video. Like, it's going to be glimpses of before you actually put in the work, like your 10,000 hours, clocking into whatever you want, your purpose, your brand, whatever you do that actually makes you feel fulfilled. Once you've clocked in your 10,000 hours, you're gonna have that experience, and yeah, you're not gonna see glimpses of him, but as you're on the journey, it's gonna be coming from time to time. So fear of the unknown is what he often tries to hide behind. That's also self-explanatory, but also with me, I can relate with this line more than probably all the others, because as I wanted to start my personal brand, I actually, not like fear, I actually was doubting a lot of things because of I did not know what I was stepping into, like stepping into unknown. So it's often what he tries to hide behind. So Connor Price featuring Idris Elba, and Connor Price is actually a good songwriter and stuff. I like his wordplay and stuff. So now that that's out of the way, we can get into the second phase of this video, which was words and their power. So first you have to understand that words are energy. And why are they energy? I'm speaking of words as energy because as you speak, your throat actually emits a certain vibration. Like there's certain vibration, and vibration, once you've like concentrated them enough, becomes a frequency, and a frequency becomes energy. So words are energy, and even God used words to create this world. Like he spoke things into this existence, and the spark of him, the spark from God, which is an infinite spark, actually exists in us, all of us. So we actually can become infinite in a lot of ways, more than one. So, and since you're also made out of his image and likeness, so it's only right that you have that infinite spark within you. So you have to understand that words are really powerful, and words are really like have a lot of power over you. So next is everything is made out of words on this earth. And if you learn to master your words of your mind and the words that you speak, let them be positive words, let them be uplifting words, and of course they will not be like that all the time, but they have to be more than anything else, because you have to think highly of yourself, you have to speak highly of yourselves, of your excuse confirmation back, you have to speak highly of yourself, because that's you. Like I don't know who else who will not even want to do that. And you have to understand that words are like things that you have to master, because come to think of it, like everyone is making like their money out of words. Like I can speak words that can actually make you feel healed, can actually make you feel resonated, and you pay me because I'm a therapist. Not saying I'm a therapist, but you get the point. So even with leaders, it's actually their words that actually people live with forever. And even movie actors, we actually like you because of the words you're using here. Like you have to, that was the point that I was speaking of, giving you a deeper perspective on things. Like all of us use words, but some of us are using words to get paid, and some of us are actually earning a lot of money because of just presenting something, and they're actually billionaires because they work for big firms and they know the right words, they know, like they have mastered that art, because it's like an art form. Even you speaking, even flow state is like an art form, because it's like an expression or a way of living that just gives off or complements or even gives more of who you are, and of an expression of who you are. Because a person who has put in time to master his words of his mind is not going to speak words from his mouth which are not reflection of that. So you have to master the words that you speak in your mind, and how to quiet down the words that you don't want them to be speaking in your mind, and also be speaking positively to yourself in your mind, so that that cannot be a reflection of that to how you speak, and what other people speak to you, because you are actually speaking to the universe, and the universe is like a mirror. It mirrors who you are, it mirrors your energy, it mirrors the words that you speak onto it and stuff. That's why they have to be positive. You see why they are energy, and energy is actually made of the essential thing that is made out of everything. So they have to be really important. That was a really important point that I had to emphasize on, and now I have gotten that point across. We can move on to the next phase of this video, to like what if all you had to do was tapping into God's abundance, like God's kingdom. It's actually a verse in the Bible that I would like to quote, but I know a lot of us know it. If you don't know it, you better look for it. So like God's kingdom and his kingdom, tapping into his kingdom, and then everything being added to you. Although it's self-explanatory, I don't want to come and start preaching, but it's actually a point that touched me enough that I actually felt I had to come and put it here. So yeah, that was the only thing that we humans at first were meant to like unlock. Because once you've gotten that out of the way, you'll actually know what your purpose is. More will be added on to you because you've actually seeked him and put him first in front of like material things or anything that you think can satisfy your soul on this earth, which never really does. So once you actually have seeked his kingdom, you actually get your purpose, which is a contented heart towards something that you actually love and enjoy, which is something really like it's the best thing ever in this world. Because like out of everything, like once you put them on a weighing scale, that's going to outweigh everything if you are being real. So yeah, I did not want to make this video a long one, so I'll make my last point was gratitude and why you should be thankful for other people's works. Like you liking my content or you subscribing to my channel is not subscribing to me, it's actually subscribing to you in the field that you're in. Like I'm a reflection of you, so I can only mirror to you what you're giving on to me. As you've all heard, like in a lot of songs, you get what you give. Basically, I don't want to start quoting everyone over here. You get what you give, which is what the point I'm trying to share here. So you liking my content or you engaging with my content is actually engaging with your content, even if you're doing it in a real life perspective. You liking my things is actually that same energy is going to be reflected to you by other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. And that I can actually share as my last point is a big thing for me is like why I know this point should be true is because the more I share here, the more I put out here, the more I'm getting for me to share here, which is like valuable knowledge, not just things that I want to say. No, like they're really powerful things that I'm putting on here. So gratitude, and that was one main thing that I wanted to put across here. Just like that, my second video is done. See you all in the next one.